Imagine a school where time and space are not seen as constraints, but canvases for creativity and innovation. At Garden City School, the shift from conventional settings to a learner-centered paradigm marks a significant transformation. I'm Nathan Stringy, a learning designer with Fielding International. Today, we're addressing a critical challenge, getting time and space to work together. Let's see how they're doing it at Garden City.
Both adults and students experience a new level of fluidity in their day-to-day activities. We are guided by the understanding that to thrive, basic human needs must be met. This means creating conditions where everyone in our school community has the autonomy to fulfill their needs in real time in the space that suits them best.
This philosophy of autonomy and wellness is what guides us. It shapes everything you're going to hear, making sure that our school is as much about well-being and relationship building as it is about structured learning experiences.
We do our best to balance structure with autonomy. We know kids need some amount of structure and routine in their day, so we have devoted chunks of time for things like ELA, math, arts, and so on. The trick is giving teachers and students a lot of time within that structure to promote differentiation and student agency. For example, let's take a look at some dot diagrams of what a block of math time might look like.
So when I'm starting out my math lesson for the day, I'm gathering all of the students out in the Learning Commons, and I'm up on the stage explaining their 3 stations to them. Then we actually go and break up into our math stations. When they're doing their tech station, they know they can find a quiet space anywhere in the learning community, whether it's out in the Commons or in the studio. Working collaboratively, they are out more in the Learning Commons because it tends to be noisier. I'm also then taking my teacher group and doing the math lesson for the day. And then finally, at the end of all of our stations, we go into our learning studio where they complete a formative assessment exit ticket so I can wrap up the math lesson for the day.
As we've gotten into the building, we've learned ways to balance routine with autonomy, and it starts with co-creating norms and expectations with students at the start of the year.
So it's really important at the beginning of the year to establish those routines with the students so that they feel comfortable with knowing how to learn and work in a learning community. And then as that structure is built for them, then it gives them more of that autonomy and that freedom and flexibility to go and find spaces in the learning community that work best for them.
I've been able to find a balance between student autonomy and structure by targeting IEP goals within the small group room, as well as having students be with their peers for center-based activities and project-based learning.
So at the beginning of the year, we do create norms and routines, and we have the kids give a lot of input into what that looks like. We work together as a community. We use project-based learning and get them to know the spaces and think about what would work and what wouldn't work.
We have several routines that revolve around the core subjects, the way that we teach reading and phonics and math, where the students move to the stage area, they listen to a whole group lesson, they move out into the learning community and have station rotations, and they've really gotten good at developing routines and knowing what they need to do and where they need to be at certain times.
Our routines involve a lot of transitions and a lot of movement breaks for the children, as well as opportunities to be out with the rest of the community. So for example, snack is with the community. We do phonemic awareness with the 2 first grade classes together. And then there are some times when we're working in the studios.
Embracing a new model of time and space at Garden City has opened up incredible opportunities for both students and teachers. By being more flexible within a traditional schedule and utilizing our spaces more creatively, we've seen a surge in student engagement and ownership of their learning. This shift has encouraged all of us to think differently about education, proving that when you give students the freedom to explore, they usually exceed expectations.